As we continue to follow this latest trade war and its impact to local businesses and economies, Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe has stated the province's forestry sector could be one of the hardest hit by these latest tariff threats. For more, we're joined by Carl Neggers, CEO of Forest Saskatchewan. Thanks for being here, Carl.
My pleasure.
What do these latest round of tariffs mean for Saskatchewan's forestry industry, especially at a time when softwood lumber already faces hefty tariffs and duties right now?
Well, so the forest industry in Canada and Saskatchewan is not immune to countervailing tariffs. We've had them for a number of decades now. We've challenged them in courts and won several times, but that does not stop the U.S. administration from imposing countervailing tariffs, including the tariffs that they've just imposed in 2025. So if you look at the countervailing tariffs that were prior to 2025, it was about 10% of market price. If you tack on the additional 25% or 35% that was added on in 2025, that puts it up to around 45% of product value. And now with the imposing additional tariffs that we're likely to see, that could push it even farther and sweeps in additional products beyond just softwood lumber in the forest industry. So that's pretty impactful for Canada and specifically for Saskatchewan, which is a landlocked province. We face other challenges as well in terms of transportation. That is a significant impact to our industry.
Yeah, so we're talking transportation, already 45% tariffs plus more to come. That's a blow to the province's industry. So, Carl, what kind of impact does this have as a whole to Saskatchewan's overall economy?
Well, we are about a $1.5 billion industry in Saskatchewan, and that's important. Again, in forestry, we're kind of second or third to farming, food, and fertilizer. So anything that keeps us from getting our product to market, particularly the United States, which is about 75% of our product that's produced in this province goes in the United States, is significant. So just recently, I'm not sure if you're aware, but we did have an announcement of a mill closure in Big River. And Big River is significant because it's one of the oldest mills in the Commonwealth. And it is ceasing operation here in Saskatchewan in early October of 2026. And that has an impact on about 117 direct jobs, but a lot of ripple effect associated with that closure in the areas of transportation and technology.
So if that's the case, obviously a bit of a struggle right now, a major struggle for the forestry industry in the province. How would you like to see the federal government support the industry?
Well, the federal government has come out with a number of financial support initiatives which are helpful. They're loan-based. The industry is reluctant to accept any kind of subsidies because that really pushes more concern into the United States. However, we'd like to see more openness to those loan programs. They're very restrictive, which makes it difficult. When you're facing uncertainty, it's hard for businesses to look at debt-based mechanisms and use them when they're not certain where the market is going. It only increases risk when you're looking at sales of product and leverage for the company. So we'd like to see more openness and a broader suite of opportunities in these financial programs to be more inclusive to our industry and allow us more freedoms to invest that money in areas that are required to maintain profitability and maintain jobs and maintain skilled labor in our northern communities, which is critical. One of the critical things with the federal government, too, is recognize the industry. Don't downplay the industry when they're in negotiations. Sometimes in the national scene, they talk about automotive and the aluminum and steel,
right.
And forestry tends to be the one that gets traded off. We'd like to see that forestry is part of the top four and top of mind when it comes to negotiation and protected in any negotiations going forward.
Well said. That's your ask to the feds. Just 30 seconds left. What can Canadians watching at home do to help?
One is remember that even though our industry is northern based, it is very important to all Canadians that managing our forests is critical and making forestry top of mind maintains goodwill in our industry with the people of Canada. Let's really work hard at maintaining and managing our wildfires. Just so your listeners know, in Saskatchewan, over the last 10 years, we've lost $30 billion of merchantable timber to wildfire. And that's not just impacting our industry, that has an impact on urban dwellers when it comes to smoke in the air. So anything people can do to put pressure on all levels of government to maintain healthy forests would be good for our industry nationally and provincially.
Carl, we appreciate the insight. Thanks so much for your time.
Cheers.
Carl Neggers, CEO of Forest Saskatchewan.